Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanam Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Vyasaya Vishnurubhaya Vyasarubhaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahmanidhaye Vasishtaya Namo Namaha. Om Namastaraya Namah Shambhave Chamayo Bhave Chanama Shankaraya Chamayaskaraya Chanama Shivaya Shivataraya Chom Shri Rama Rama Rame Tirame Rame Manorame सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या भक्ति विद्या योग विद्या धर्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मध्य नम गुरुभ्यः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपया उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोध सिद्ध्यर्थं पुराणे इतिहास उक्त भगवद् भागवत दर्शन प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं सुशांति कल्याणार्थं च श्री ब्रह्मांड पुराणांतर्गत अध्यात्म रामायण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं श्री स्वामी शरण अय्यप्प परमात्मा अष्टोत्तरनामावल्यः पारायणं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ श्रीराम नाम संकीर्तनम्। ओम श्रीराम जय राम जय जय राम, 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 श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम, जय जय राम जय जय राम। बोलो नमोस्तु रामाय सलक्ष्मणाय देवे च तस्यै जनकात्मजायै, नमोस्तु रुद्रेन्द्र यमानिलेभ्यः, नमोस्तु चंद्रार्क मरुद्गणेभ्यः। श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय, समस्त देवताओं की जय। फ्रेंड्स, अध्यात्म रामायणम किष्किंधा कांडम तृतीय सर्गः राम कृत उपदेश तत्वोपदेश थ्रू तारा टू अस। Less stories, more and more of Adhyatma Jnanam given to us at every opportunity and occasion. Here the Vali's bodies kept their dead. Tara is in dukha. She just little bit asked Rama, मुझे भी मार के पत्नी दानम कर दो. One starts giving tattva jnanam to all of us also. It's a very beautiful, as said, every shloka is essence of one Upanishadu. This is what we see. Every day we are told by elders to do some parayanams. I believe instead of those parayanams, do the study of these things every day, then the tattva jnanam enters into us. In fact, whatever the stotrams they tell us to do parayanam, in them also what is given is bhakti or jnanam only. But we stick to only vocal Parayanam, forgetting that it is not the thing of Parayanam alone, but the meaning, and through that meaning, if it is Bhavanatmaka, then Bhakti Bhavana, if it is Jnanatmaka, then Dhyana. For that they told us to do every day, we forget. Like Gayatri, daily we chant. It is not vocal chanting of Om Bhurva Swaha. It is that Lord Surya, who is Parabrahma only, there with his Dhi, his Kanti, is protecting all the three worlds. To that Tejas of Lord Surya, and through it to Narayana, I am meditating so that the Surya Shakti, Narayana Shakti enters me. The Surya Shakti enters me as a buddhi to do Vicharana. That leads to the Narayana Anubhuti in me. For that purpose, we are told to chant Gayatri Mantra. If that is not understood, then we only vocally do chanting. Vocal chanting gives a good digestion. Then you can have more hunger. More than that, koi fayda nahi. You may say little punyam will come. That's it. Tat savituhu varenyam bhargaha devasya dhimahi dhiyaha yaha naha prachodayat. So savituhu of Lord Savita varenyam varaniyam bhargaha dhimahi. I am contemplating on that infinite bhargaha kanti of Surya. Why are you contemplating on that? If the Surya Kanti is so powerful to illuminate three worlds, what must be the Kanti or Tejas or of Shakti of that Parabrahma who is giving this Kanti to millions of Suryas who are managing millions of the worlds? So seeing Surya through him reach into the Lord. So we can't have it by ourselves. Therefore, such Surya Kanti we are asking. Naha dhiyaha. Naha means of all of us. Dhiyaha buddhiyam ko prachodayat, prachodan karo. The prachodan of the buddhi is first of all to rise from annamaya, pranamaya, manomaya. Then coming to live vijnanamaya. From the vijnanamaya, knowing that if my drishti is outside, Through Anna Pranamana, I become samsari. If the drushti is inside, slowly I will become first the discoverer of Ananda in three grades. Then the source of that Ananda called as Ananda Maya. Then the Pucham of that Ananda called as Brahma, and that Brahma is me. See, Taittiriya Upanishad, Gayatri Mantra. If you study together, the subject is complete. Without Surya Krupa, Buddhi Prachodhana will not happen. Buddhi Prachodhana should be only for Tattva Jignasa, not to get enslaved by Anna Pranamana, to give reality to the world which is not at all there. Dekho? Through this inquiry, deeply, subtly, first in understanding, then in experience through meditation, when we discover the substratum reality, where are they superimposed? As real. If they are there, they are only as mithya. तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है मिथ्या है या नहीं है? That is the meaning of the Gayatri Mantra. So too, all other mantras have their own power of either preparing us or guiding us or giving us the description of God. That's why they tell us to do Parayanam every day. They also we can do them Parayanam is Kavi daily Parayanam. And don't do Upanishad Parayanam only for Parayanam's sake. Like every day we do Parayanam and we are doing Adhyatma also. Whether it's Taittiriya or Mundakam with Bhashya. Though we are very slow, we are very gross. Our intellects are not sharp. Ours mean mind. आप तो सब ब्रह्म ज्ञानी हो, तो एक एक पद को समझना, अंतरार्थ को समझना, उसमें क्या साधना बताया समझना, उतना खोपड़ी में अभी नहीं है, आएगा धीरे धीरे. फॉर दैट ओनली वी आर डूइंग पैसिव. Okay, now in this third chapter continues the Upadesha of Lord Rama. Every shloka I to get feeling tempted to daily study only this. And to our fortune, आप भी भूल जाते हो क्या सुना, मैं भी भूल जाता हूँ क्या बोला. है ना, क्या बोला, एबोला, पैराबोला, different things हम सब भूल जाते हैं. So once again we can study. Okay, now the topic under discussion is मन एव संसारः मन एव बन्धः. Then Atma Manaha Ekam Bhutva Samsaraha Bhavati. That topic is under discussion. Let us chant those 5-6 mantras, 21 to 25. Only these 5 we will chant and we will see thoroughly that meaning today. Tomorrow we will do the next shloka. Start. Om Sri Ramachandra Parabrahmane Namaha. अतः श्री ब्रह्मांड पुराण अंतर्गत अध्यात्म रामायण शास्त्रम किष्किंधा कांडम तृतीय सर्गः. श्री महादेव उवाच श्रीराम उवाच मन एव हि संसारः बन्धश्चैव मनः शुभे आत्मा मनः समानत्वम् एत्यतद्गतबन्धभाग यथा विशुद्धः स्फटिकः अलक्तकादिसमीपगः तत्तत् वर्णयुक् आभाति वस्तुतो नास्ति रञ्जनं बुद्धीन्द्रियादिसामीप्यात् आत्मनः संसृतिर्बलात् आत्मा स्वलिंगम तु मनः परिगृह्य तदुद्भवान् कामान् जुषन् गुणैर्बद्धः संसारे वर्तते अवशः आदौ मनोगुणान् सृष्ट्वा ततः कर्माणि अनेकधा शुक्ललोहितकृष्णानि गतयस्तत्समानतः एवं कर्म वशात् जीवः मनः एव हि संसारः. So entire samsara is there in the mind, which has got the above said shloka, the raga dvesha adi sankulaha. So we have to join the 20th shloka's fourth line to this 21st shloka. Like throughout Adhyatma Ramayana, the shlokas are like that only. आधा ऊपर श्लोक में आधा नीचे में होता है. तो इसको देखो तो ऐसा पढ़ना चाहिए. क्या है? राग द्वेषादि संकुलः मनः एव हि संसारः. So the mana which has got vrittis, and in vrittis when it has got raga dvesha kama krodhadi, that mana is samsara. And that mana alone is bandha. For whom? Me, the jiva. From whom? From what? From not discovering my own self. The thing in Yoga Darshana we said as what? Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha Tada Dashtu Sarupe Avastaram Itaratra Vritti Sarupe. Vritti is mana here, Chitta. Pause here. Mana evahi. रागद्वेषादि संकुलः मनः एव संसारः. सो संसार स्वप्न तुल्यो हि रागद्वेषादि संकुलः स्वकाले सत्यवद्भाति प्रबोधे सत्य सद्भवेत्. What is said in that 6th 7th mantra in Atmabodha? Same thing here. Again I am pausing. Mana, which is called one of the inner instrument. One of means mana means antakarna. In the antakarna, when the raga dveshadi vrittis come, then that raga dveshadi yukta mana is the one which prompts us to do the karma according to raga dvesha. Therefore, samsara happens. That description will be given after 3-4 slokas again in more detail. But first, the basic thought is taught. Mana, raga dvesha yukta mana is samsara. And that mana alone is bandhanam. Bandhanam from not knowing ourselves to be the infinite supreme self, binding us to upadhis and jiva bhava. Clear? Then here a beautiful discussion. Next topic comes is Atma Manaha Samanatvametya Tadgata Bandhabhak. This is another important thought to be discussed. As simple words may is Adhyatma Ramayana में दिया ना Vedanta, where you won't find so many places. There थोड़ा descriptions, explanations थोड़ा seemingly complicated होते हैं. Even the words, languages used. इन अध्यात्म रामायण भगवान शिव शंकर व्यास जी ने इतना सिंपल सिंपल वर्ड्स एंड बड़ा बड़ा पोएट्री भी नहीं है. इज इट इन भागवतम यू सी संसार सिंधु मति दुस्तरम तित्तितूषो हो, बोलना भी नहीं आता हो. दैट आल्सो रिटन बाय व्यास ओनली. संसार सिंधु अति दुस्तरम उत्तितीर्षो हो नान्य प्लवो भगवतः नो भगवतः लीला कथा रस निषेवणमंतरेण. then what is that? दुःख दवाग्नि दवार्दितस्य नान्यः प्लवः भवेतु. अब उसको आगे सीधे पीछा कर 20 मिनट उसी में लग गया मेरे को. हियर इज सो सिंपल. आत्मा only 2 words. Manaha only 2 words. Samanatvam only 4 words. Etya only 2 words. Tat gata bandha bhak. How simple. When the mind and the self come together, then that togetherness is called bandhana. This is like what we studied in Advaita Granthas, the burning iron ball, red hot iron ball. So heat and redness has come from the fire, the shape and weight has come from the iron. So an admixture of an impossible thing is there. If it is an iron ball, it cannot be red and hot. If it is a heat or fire, it cannot have the round shape as well as heaviness. What happened there? They came into so much proximity that they have taken up some gunas of them, a peculiar non-existing thing existing there for some time. When you don't expose that iron head ball to fire and keep away, slowly the heat and light redness of it goes into the Agni Tattva. What remains is the iron ball red. Iron ball in the weight, with that 8, the iron. In the same way, the Paramatma's Shuddha Chaitanya. Then the Vritti Atmakata of the Antakarana. When they intermingle both of them, Paramatma में वृत्ति नहीं है, वृत्ति में चैतन्य नहीं है. वृत्ति एंड चैतन्य मिलकर लाइक दैट रेड हॉट आयरन बॉल एक जीवा की तरह एक एक्सपर्शन होता है बाहर. सो आई एम ए जीवा. व्हाट इज जीवा इन मी? द चैतन्य एस्पेक्ट ऑफ परमात्मा is Siddhabhasa. Then the vritti aspect of the mana coming together is called as aham. So I am an illuminated vritti. The I who is conducting in this world with the upadhis of Dehendriya mana and with all relations. The real Paramatma जो मेरे अंदर है is not वृत्ति में reflected चिदाभास, is pure consciousness. He has only one thing in him called as pure existence. That's it. Pure existence, consciousness is called Satchit. He is infinite, therefore Anantam. Satyam Jnanam Anantam. Think about it. So Atma Manaha Samanatvametya Tadgata Bandhabhak. So therefore, how is the realization then? This Manaha or the Chitta Vritti, when we do Nirodha, then the Vritti Sarupya Jiva ke jaga Swarupa Atma Anubhuti comes to us. Okay. This is that there are two things, Atma and Mano, because of their mixture, a specific precipitation called as Jiva is coming out to become samsari. This is called in Yoga Bhasha as Vivekakyat, where the Vivek has come that there is somebody who is a knower of these vrittis. So, therefore, the vrittis are different from the knower. So far, we are identifying the vritti with never thinking that there are two things, one is knower and other is known. दोनों इतने mix up हो गए. Like a dukkha vritti came, immediately I become dukhi, not giving a chance to think that the vritti came in the mind, I am only a sakshi to that. The moment I become sakshi, आधा दुख चला जाता है. When your drishti is on the sakshi chaitanya, you are not at all attending to the body. Where is the dukkha? Meditation में ऐसा होता है. These are all very sublime things. Anyway, थोड़ा थोड़ा ही पढ़ेंगे हम. मन एवं संसारः बंधः च एव मनः. ओके, राग द्वेषादि संकुल मन ही संसार है और संसार ही बंधन है. How it happens? आत्मा मनः समानत्व मेत्या. Can you show sir an example? This example, from the example, the understandings which are derived are of highest importance. Be careful. Only 10 minutes I'll take class, not much. Example and the ideas or understandings derived out of it are of highest importance. Example is the spatika and alakta. What is the word used? Alakta. अलगता तेलुगु में लक्का बोलते हैं. जो भी वो चिपकाने वालों को पिघला के चिपकाते हैं. पिघलने के टाइम वो लूज होता है, गर्म करने चिपकाने के बाद पकड़ जाता है. So alakta, why we get worried about that word? Talk about any colored flowers or cloth. रंगीन कपड़ा आप सोचो, रंगीन वाला फूल. So the spatika and the colored flower. You can even now while listening only imagine in the mind that red colored, let us say, that mandara pushpa is brought near to that spatika. You can see that spatika appearing to be red in color. Remove it. The redness is gone. Shuddha spatika sankasham. Bring the yellow wala genda. Put it there. Again it appears to be yellow. Remove Shuddha spatika. Bring the neel kamalu or lily or white lily. लेके रखो तो it appears to be that color. Now, when that flower is near, that color appears to be so much engrossed in that spatika without. At no, the basic point is what? At no period of time, at the absence of the colored flower, in the arrival of the colored flower, and the disappearance of the colored flower, at no time the spatika lost its clarity. At no time the spatika gained that color. Then what happened in between? Because of the proximity, it appeared to have gained that color. This is the example. Now the deriving thoughts are what? Therefore, the self in me is like Shuddha Spatika. It has never lost its Shuddha Satchit Swarupa by any means, nor it has gained the Upadhi like Dehendra Prana of their Lakshanas to it any time. अगर गेन क्या होता, like if the spatika has gained the color of the first red flower, when the flower is removed, the spatika should continue to be red. In the same way, if my Chaitanya Atma is identified with the मन का दुख चैतन्य आत्मा में लग गया, वो कंटिन्यू होना चाहिए. But हमेशा मन is not, the consciousness is not any time holding on to any of the sukha dukkha that are coming and going in the mind. Is it not? When the sukha is coming, I am illuminating. It is going. When the dukkha is coming, I am illuminating. It is going. It is not affecting me. But in the non-separation of I being a Sakshi, temporarily I get identified. That is like when the flower is brought in proximity, temporarily it appears that Spatika gathered that color. Actually, it not gathered. So what is to be done there? Keep away the flower, the Swachha Shuddha Spatika remains. So to keep away from the upadhis on the seat of meditation, we discover our untouched self, pure self, immaculate self. That's it. Whole Vedanta itne hi mein bas. उपाधि के पास में रखो तो फंस जाओगे एज ए जीवा. उपाधियों को किक मारो, यू आर ब्रह्मानुभूत. Upadhis are busy in all Shabda Sparsha Ruparasa Gandha. Being between them, you cannot detach from Upadhis. Therefore, all those who understood this Vedanta, they leave everything where the Upadhi Tadatma badne ka chance hai. They go to the forest, therefore Guha, only once a day they come out for 10 minutes of eating. The remaining time they are only in trying to discover their self, and having discovered, establishing the self. They won't come out. Even if they come out, first they experience, I am the self, now I am using Upadhi to do some interaction. With that awareness, they come, and while doing interaction, also they know all these are happening in the Maya, but the self is untouched by them. Anytime they can just drop that Upadhi work and establish in the self, just like any time you can leave the class and go away. As easy as like that. Puja Gurudeva Adi are at that level. They take the Upadhi and do all the work, just drop the Upadhi and they are one with Brahman. This happened because of अंतःकरण शुद्ध हो गया, वासनाएं रिमूव कर दी, through the yoga sadhana चित्तवृत्ति निरोध हो गया पूरा, and through meditation the self is discovered. That master is say takes some 10, 20, 30, 40 lives करने से होता है, not in one life. And with our at least my capacity, मैं तो कहता हूँ तो 100 जन्म भी लग सकते होंगे. With the Rajoguna, Tamoguna, so much inside and all, if all of that has to go away, Shuddha Sattoguna, meditative wala akar, becoming Drashta and Sakshi and discovering Chaitanya, ईश्वर कृपा है तो आज भी हो सकता है. We are not objecting if he wants to bless. If this all this खर्चा और धन जो हमने कमाया थ्रू क्लासेस, ये भगवान से सब दे दो मेरे को, आई गिव यू दर्शन, में गए तो ले लो, सब कुछ ले लो. अगर इन चीजों से वो खरीदा जा सकता है तो नेगोशिएट. सो द नेक्स्ट थिंग इज व्हाट, कि आत्मा मनः समानत्वमेत्व तद्गत बंधभाग. एग्जांपल इज यथा विशुद्धः स्फटिकः. स्फटिक इज विशुद्ध बिफोर, ड्यूरिंग, आफ्टर, बट इन बिटवीन अलक्तादि समीपगः. when it is brought near to अलक्ता आदि तत्तद वर्णयुग आभाति. उस कलर को पाया है ऐसा लगता है. वस्तुतः नास्ति रंजनम. Never ever in reality it got colored by those colors. In the same way, having explained the example, now the thought. Buddhi Indriya Adi Samipyat. So the Buddhi, the Antakarana, Indriyas, Adi means Prana and Mana, and all those experiences of that, उन सबके सामीप्यात, because of the proximity, आत्मनः संस्रुति ही बलात्. इस जबरदस्ती ये आत्मा को संसार है ऐसा लगता है. At that time, that samsari atma is called as jiva, and that is because of the conditional proximity. And what is that proximity between the atma and upadesa? It's only bhavana, and the bhavanas are three types: aham, mama and mahyam. मैं, मेरा और मेरे लिए. ये मैं और मोर तोरत has no reason, no logic. That is why it's called as maya. उसको पकड़ के रखोगे तो लाखों जन्म पकड़ रखते हैं. छोड़ना चाहो तो एक क्षण में छोड़ सकते. छोड़ दिया, पूरा संसार गया. यू आर शुद्ध स्फटिक संकाशम. नाउ नो मेयर अलगता द कलर ऑन दैट, सुपर इम्पोज्ड. सो बुद्धेन्द्रियादि. सो फॉर सम टाइम वी डू द शुद्धि ऑफ द अंतःकरण थ्रू कर्मयोग भक्ति योग, बट उसी में नहीं फंसना. आवर जॉब इज नॉट टू master the antakarana and get yoga siddhis. All that is samsara. Our job is to recognize our spatika rupa atma anubhava. In that only there is mukti. Okay. Buddhi indriya samipyad atmana samsruti balat. How many times in how many texts this subject we have thoroughly studied. भगवान से तुम पढ़ा लेकिन याद नहीं रखा, इसलिए आउट ऑफ माई लव टू यू अनदर टाइम, वन मोर टाइम गिविंग चांस, अब पढ़ो. अब भी नहीं समझे, भगवान आगे भी देते जाएंगे. Bhagavan is like Google Mata. How many number of time you ask him, he'll go on showing the path. It is you who have to read that path properly and reach out to our destination. Immediately, Baba, mute karo. Mute karo turant. See, the one who is not muted, he will not know that others are listening. Others, those who know, they know it, no, इनके आवाज आ रहा है, तुरंत म्यूट करो. एक सेकंड भी नहीं लगना चाहिए, because my flow gets disturbed. That one who is unmuted, he doesn't know, he is innocent. तो उंगली लग जाता है, कुछ भी हो. There is no blame or sin. It can happen to anyone. अदर्स इमीडिएटली मुझे कहने का एक सेकंड चांस भी नहीं देना. That doesn't mean you're only watch who is unmuted and all. You listen to Bhagavat only. Listen to Bhagavat only. Suddenly it's notice. And only 2 seconds it took. Very good. Be alert. So in this way, it is in our hands to get fully attached with the Upadhi and get colored and suffer as a Jiva. It is in our hands to detach from the Upadhi and remain as a crystal clear Atma. But Upadhi cannot be easily given up because of asanas, because of habits, because of its attraction for the vastus and all. Therefore, वैराग्य से वस्तुओं को छोड़ो, कर्म योग से पूरे वासनाओं को खत्म करो, भक्ति के द्वारा आदतों को सांसारिक से आध्यात्मिक बनाओ. These are inevitable sadhanas. And the rush and gasha vrittis can be reduced by yoga, chitta vritti nirodha, the samadhi abhyasa. With that, the so many powers of the chitta go away or the mana, then mana means upadhis, then it is easy to detach from upadhis. Like with so many years of study, coming to class regularly, if you really keenly observe, so many of the tadatmya with the vastu vyakti got reduced. To that extent, our upadhis are not terrible now. I believe so. बिकॉज वस्तुओं को दूर रखा तो उपाधियों को भी फ्रीडम मिलता है, वो भी फंस नहीं जाते. और भी कम करो, ओनली क्लास कमिंग, डूइंग जपा ध्यान सिंसियरली, सीकिंग द ट्रूथ. दैट सीकिंग द ट्रूथ इज सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट, because that's what propels us to put the work as tapasya. That is what inspires us to withdraw from the world. Seeking the truth, if that goal is not confirmed, you sit in the class jabardasti. The word class is over, we run into the world. That is what he said. I want truth and truth and truth alone, nothing other than it. We have discussed it in the earlier class also. Now, in the next 2.5 slokas, Bhagavan again clearly tells us step by step how we get bound. So, only 2.5 slokas. एक श्लोक का समाधान, 2 श्लोक का समस्या, 1 श्लोक का समाधान. ऐसे भगवान हमको इतना आसान पढ़ा रहे रामायण में. देखते देखते, लेकिन भागवत जैष्णव सा इन 3 places, देखते देखते भगवान का दिव्य रूप वर्णन is given for our रूप ध्यानम. How beautiful that was. Here also. So I'll just read it out today. It takes time. What he says ki आत्मा स्वलिंगम तु मनः परिगृह्य. तो आत्मा अपना लिंग जो मन कहते हैं उसको परिगृह्य. What is linga of the atma mana? Tomorrow I'll explain. It is only the antakarana in whose presence that the presence of Paramatma is recognized. Like what is the linga for the electricity? It is not you are holding or putting your finger in the plug and switch on. The linga for electricity is a tube or a bulb or a fan. Only when the tube is moving, blowing and fan is moving, we discover the presence of the electricity. In the same way, in our initial days, before the meditation and experience happens, it is a chitta or the mana only who is the linga to recognize the presence of Paramatma. It's like that pure sunlight can never be seen according to your science. But we are able to see sunlight because it is reflecting on the earth. That's why if you go up above the earth into some 1,000 kilometers, they say, I have not gone. Everything is dark only there. But sunlight is there. How come it's dark? Reflecting medium is not there. In the same way, for the Atma, in the initial days, for us to recognize his presence, mana is there required. So the presence of mana reminds or reveals to us the presence of self. Then transcending the mana, we become one with the self, which is realization, which is our goal. Okay. But in the beginning, the mana is linga to the Atma. That is why Atma स्वलिंगम तु मनः परिगृह्य तदुद्भवान् कामान् जुषन् गुणैः बद्धः संसारे वर्तते अवशः. You see another explanation. And how it happens? आदौ मनोगुणान् सृष्ट्वा ततः कर्माणि अनेकधा which शुक्ल लोहित कृष्णानि करके गतयः तत्समानतः. एवं in this way कर्मवशात् जीवः भ्रमति आवूत संभवम्. Looking so simple slokas, but pura tattva, jnana, vedanta, samsara, bandhana, moksha, sara Bhagavan ne is chote chote shloka में दिया. But we should have the art of unraveling it. See, I am trying to finish this portion in one day. 5 दिन हो गए, आगे नहीं बढ़ रहे हम. आगे नहीं बढ़ रहे मतलब we are repeatedly studying for the clarity. That's why I am saying Adhyatma Ramayana is a fantastic text, and then keep it as a daily referring text. Yeah, Adhyatmik Ramayana, there the Rubu Gita, it talks only about Aham Brahmasmi. Some texts are there every day to be studied. मेरे को तो ये रियली पसंद है, एटलीस्ट सेलेक्टेड पोर्शंस. टुमारो विल कंटिन्यू. सर्वं रामार्पणम्. ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. बोल श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. ओम ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय धन्वंतरे अमृतकलशहस्ताय सर्वामे विनाशनाय त्रैलोक्यनाथाय श्री महाविष्णुवे नमः. ओम भाग्याब्धि चंद्रिका भक्त चित्तके की गणागना रोग पर दंबोले मुत्तिदार कुठारिकाय नमो नमः. ओम नासै रोग हरे सब पीरा जपतनंत नंत पीरा. ओम श्री हनुमत वीराय नमः. ओम श्री हनुमते ओम श्री हनुमते ओम श्री हनुमते ओम श्री हनुमते नमः. ओम श्री हनुमते ओम श्री हनुमते ओम श्री हनुमते ओम श्री हनुमते नमः. ओम श्री हनुमते ओम श्री हनुमते ओम श्री हनुमते नमः. ओम श्री हनुमते ओम श्री हनुमते ओम श्री हनुमते ओम श्री हनुमते नमः. ओम श्री हनुमते ओम श्री हनुमते ओम श्री हनुमते ओम श्री हनुमते नमः. ओम श्री हनुमते ओम श्री हनुमते ओम श्री हनुमते नमः. ओम श्री हनुमते नमः. ओम नमः शिवाय. 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 ओम वज्रनखाय विद्महे तीक्ष्णदग्गुष्टाय धीमहि तन्नो नारसिंहः प्रचोदयात्. ओम नमो भगवते श्री लक्ष्मी नारसिंहाय प्रह्लादाय च. ओम वचनका विद्महे तीक्ष्णदग्गुष्टाय धीमहि तन्नो नारसिंहः प्रचोदयात्. ओम नमो भगवते श्री लक्ष्मी नारसिंहाय प्रह्लादाय च. ओम वज्रनखाय विद्महे तीक्ष्णदग्गुष्टाय धीमहि तन्नो नारसिंहः प्रचोदयात्. ओम नमो भगवते श्री लक्ष्मी नारसिंहाय प्रह्लादाय च. ओम रामनामं राम 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 राम. थैंक यू. ओम श्री स्वामी शरणमय्यप्प अनुग्रहेण परब्रह्मानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थम पुराणे इतिहासोक्त भगवद भागवत दर्शन प्राप्त्यर्थम सनातन वैदिक संस्कृते विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थम श्री अय्यप्प स्वामिनः अष्टोत्तर शतनामावल्याः पारायणं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. ओम महाशास्त्रे नमः. ओम विश्वशास्त्रे नमः. ओम लोकशास्त्रे नमः. ओम धर्मशास्त्रे नमः. ओम वेदशास्त्रे नमः. ओम कालशास्त्रे नमः. ओम गजाधिपाय नमः. ओम गजारूढ़ाय नमः. ओम गणाध्यक्षाय नमः. ओम व्याघ्रारूढ़ाय नमः. ओम महाद्युतये नमः. ओम गोप्त्रे नमः. ओम गीर्वाण संसेव्याय नमः. ओम गदान्तकाय नमः. ओम गणाग्रण्ये नमः. ओम ऋग्वेद रूपाय नमः. ओम नक्षत्राय नमः. ओम चंद्र रूपाय नमः. ओम वलाहकाय नमः. ओम दूर्वाश्यामाय नमः. ओम महारूपाय नमः. ओम क्रूरदृष्टये नमः. ओम अनामयाय नमः. ओम त्रिनेत्राय नमः. ओम उत्पलकराय नमः. ओम कालहंत्रे नमः. ओम नराधिपाय नमः. ओम उन्दुमौलितनयाय नमः. ओम कलहार कुसुम प्रियाय नमः. ओम मदनाय नमः. ओम माधव सुताय नमः. ओम मंदार कुसुमार्चिताय नमः. ओम महाबलाय नमः. ओम महोत्साहाय नमः. ओम महापाप विनाशनाय नमः. ओम महाशूराय नमः. ओम महाधीराय नमः. ओम महासर्प विभूषणाय नमः. ओम असिहस्ताय नमः. ओम शरधराय नमः. ओम हालाहलधरात्मजाय नमः. ओम अर्जुनेशाय नमः. ओम अग्निनयनाय नमः. ओम अनंगवथनातुराय नमः. ओम दुष्टग्रहाधिपाय नमः. ओम श्रीदाय नमः. ओम शिष्टरक्षण दीक्षिताय नमः, ओम कस्तूरी तिलकाय नमः, ओम राजशेखराय नमः, ओम राजसत्तमाय नमः, ओम राजराजार्चिताय नमः, ओम विष्णुपुत्राय नमः, ओम वनजनाधिपाय नमः, ओम वर्चस्कराय नमः, ओम वररुचये नमः, ओम वरदाय नमः, ओम वायुवाहनाय नमः, ओम वज्रकायाय नमः, ओम खड्गपाणये नमः, ओम वज्रहस्ताय नमः, ओम बलोत्तमाय नमः, ओम त्रिलोकज्ञाय नमः, ओम अतिबलाय नमः, ओम पुष्कलाय नमः, ओम रुद्धपावनाय नमः, ओम पूर्णाधवाय नमः, ओम पुष्कलेशाय नमः, ओम पाशहस्ताय नमः, ओम फट्कार रूपाय नमः, ओम पापघ्नाय नमः, ओम पाषंड रुद्रासनाय नमः, ओम पंचपांडव संधात्रे नमः, ओम पर पंचाक्षरार्चिताय नमः, ओम पंचवक्त्र सुताय नमः, ओम पूज्याय नमः, ओम पंडिताय नमः, ओम परमेश्वराय नमः, ओम भवताप प्रशमनाय नमः, ओम भक्ताभीष्टप्रदायकाय नमः, ओम कवये नमः, ओम कवीनाम अधिपाय नमः, ओम कृपाणवे नमः, ओम क्लेशनाशनाय नमः, ओम समाय नमः, ओम अरूपाय नमः, ओम सेनान्ये नमः, ओम भक्त संपत्प्रदायकाय नमः, ओम व्याघ्रचर्मधराय नमः, ओम शूलिने नमः, ओम कपालिने नमः, ओम वेणुवादनाय नमः, ओम कंबुकंठाय नमः, ओम कलरवाय नमः, ओम किरीटादि विभूषणाय नमः, ओम धूर्जटये नमः, ओम वीरनिलयाय नमः, ओम वीराय नमः, ओम वीरेन्द्रवन्दिताय नमः, ओम विश्वरूपाय नमः, ओम वृषपतये नमः, ओम विविधार्थप्रदाय नमः, ओम दीर्घवासनासाय नमः, ओम महाबाहवे नमः, ओम चतुर्बाहवे नमः, ओम जटाधराय नमः, ओम सनकादिमुनिश्रेष्ठ स्तुत्याय नमः, ओम हरिहरात्मजाय नमः, ओम श्रीयप्प स्वामिने नमः. पुष्पै पूजयामि. Beautiful. Tomorrow we'll see what is it. Tomorrow Sri Venkateshwara Bhagavan, I think. Yeah. वेंकटेश्वर टाइम है तो पद्मावती जी, नहीं तो अगले दिन. ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः प्राणाय अपानाय व्यानाय समानाय ब्रह्मणे. ओम न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चंद्र तारकं नेमा विदितो भान्ति कुतोऽयमग्निः तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भासः. ओम नारायणाय विद्महे तन्नो विष्णु प्रचोदयात्. ओम मंगलम मनीष. ओम दाशरथाय विद्महे सीतावल्लभ रामाय नमः. बोल सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. ओम दास सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. राधावर कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय. उमावर चंद्रचूड़ भगवान की जय. श्री रामायण महाभारत भागवत उपनिषद गीता ब्रह्मसूत्र योग पातंजलि योग दर्शन सूत संहिता शिवपुराण समस्तना धर्म वैदिक संस्कृति श्रुति स्मृति पुराण इतिहास शास्त्र की जय. श्री वेदव्यास सुखदेव सूतादि भागवताचार्य की जय. श्री वेदव्यास वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि तुलसीदास रामायणाचार्य की जय. श्री वेदव्यास वैशंपायन याज्ञवल्क्य आद्य शंकरादि ब्रह्म विद्याचार्य की जय. हिरण्यगर्भ कपिल पतंजलि व्यासादि योग दर्शनाचार्य की जय. बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय. सद्गुनाथ महाराज की जय. आज के आनंद की जय. नमः पार्वती पदे हर हर महादेव हर. सर्वत्र गोविंद नाम संकीर्तन गोविंद गोविंद. जानकी जीवन स्मरणम जय जय राम राम. अम्बे अम्बे आदिपराशक्ति माता की जय. स्वामी शरणमय्यप्पा. बोलो भाई सब संतन की श्रोता भक्त साधक सेवक उपासक जिज्ञासु गण की जय. थैंक यू फ्रेंड्स. ओम नमो